I'm filming on a new camera. Have you guys zoomed in just a little bit? Over wedding weekend, I lost my Canon G7X. Yeah, definitely had to go through a little bit of a mourning period for that because I've had that camera for like 6 years, and when I looked up the price to like possibly replace it, it's about double of what I paid for it 6 years ago. Definitely like couldn't justify replacing that, at least right now. So what I bought instead is what I'm filming on right now. It's the Canon PowerShot v10, and I just got it yesterday. Really didn't love it yesterday. Last night I was playing around with it and I was looking into some other cameras, and I also cannot justify the price of other cameras. Like, why are cameras so expensive? I know that the price is so high because there's like such a demand for it, but one, I'm like, oh my god, who's paying $1,400 for a digital camera? And two, why is Canon not reaching the demand? I'm not gonna harp on it anymore because I'm like sick of moping around about it, but definitely was moping around about losing my Canon G7X. Like, I still feel so terrible about it. Basically, I just got married. We had like the most amazing wedding weekend. It was so much fun. Literally the only negative is that I left my G7X and cannot find it. A lot of my friends were like, we didn't even see it out ever, and that is because I didn't even use it. So I'm like also really disappointed in myself. I said I wasn't gonna harp on it, but like I just need a minute to vent. Now I just have to live with the fact that I probably will never see it again. I also like hate the feeling of thinking that somebody took it. Unfortunately, like that is an item. I feel like if somebody found it, they would keep it, but maybe it will still be found. Like maybe it is somewhere waiting to be found and will be returned to me. I'm also super bummed about the fact that I had a lot of footage filmed on it from like days leading up to the wedding. Content about like welcome bags and the signages that I was making. It is just like really disappointing that that is probably lost forever. You know, videos and things that I would have loved to look back on, but I definitely couldn't be without a little digital camera. And through my research, I ended up with the Canon PowerShot v10. Mostly the deciding factor for me was price point. It was like one of the cheapest cameras that you could buy. I've only really ever used Canons, and I also bought it because it is specifically a vlogging camera. However, because I'm a little disappointed in the quality, I like don't really understand how Canon put out a vlogging camera that like looks kind of bad when you're walking around and moving with it. I hate to come on here and be negative. Let me just say, like, I am not having a good time coming on here and being negative about this. Oh my god, I almost dropped this little eyeshadow palette. But I actually have some fun things planned today. So I will go back to being a little bit in better spirits. I'm just like really upset about like the stabilization of this camera. I know that there are like settings that you can play around with, and I am playing around with them. It did seem like it was getting a little bit better. I changed it from like 60 frames per second to 30, and I feel like that made a big difference. There's also a lot I need to learn about camera settings because with the Canon G7X, I just filmed everything in like auto mode and everything was always perfect. But I think with this little camera, I'm definitely going to need to like learn about the settings, and that's what I was doing last night. I feel like a little bit more confident that I can make it work, and I really do want to make it work. The next like best option isn't really that good of an option, and it's like between $100 and $200 more. And honestly, I can't justify that. And I was like so ready to return this camera last night too and buy something else, but then I just came to grips with it and realized that like that's not a good option. And the reviews for this camera are not bad. A lot of people actually do like it. So I'm just wondering if I can get there with this camera. If like maybe I can learn to like it. Things that I do like about it is that it's really cute and compact. It's super cute and compact. I'm actually pretty excited about like taking it out today because I will say like I loved my Canon G7X, but to like film with it out in public, it was a little drama. And I feel like I could probably like film really easily with this out at estate sales and stuff, and I really love that idea. Also, I love that it has a little kickstand. I think that makes it really convenient. I guess like the big things overall about what I like about this camera is that it's very convenient. It's like very discreet, and it does seem pretty like thoughtful for a creator. But yeah, I am just worried about the quality and like clearness of the videos and stuff. Last night I was taking some pictures with it, and the pictures were actually coming out pretty good. I definitely feel like the camera on this like could be something I get used to, could be something I work with, but I'm also doing some traveling this summer, and I really didn't want to be without a little digital camera. I love being able to like document little moments, not like full on vlogging while I travel, but just like, yeah, being able to document like cute little moments that will be really fun for me to look back on. I'm not really sure what this vlog will be about mostly. I do want to get back into sewing though, because I haven't sewn since we've been back from the wedding, and even before the wedding I wasn't really sewing like creatively, but I am getting ready to go get my car inspected because it needs its little state inspection. And then my friend Anna reached out to me and asked if I wanted to go to the farmer's market and then go thrifting after. So I'm gonna do that, and I think that'll be a good opportunity for me to kind of get out and use my camera. I hope I didn't make a mistake by having it zoomed in, but I just feel like the wide angle lens, and that's another thing that I do like about the camera, it naturally has a wide angle lens, whereas like with my Canon G7X, it was sometimes hard to fit everything inside of the screen. Okay, let me show you what it looks like. This is what it looks like, no zoom. I think it looks really nice in natural lighting. I hope that it improves the clearness of the image, because I was definitely struggling with it yesterday, especially in the evening, which is fine because like sometimes the image on the G7X wasn't the clearest at night. I did also order a case that should be coming in soon with a little light attachment for the case that I think will also improve the quality. But I have to leave for my car appointment now, and I'll check in a little bit later. Just making myself some lunch, a little like fridge clear out moment. I had some chickpeas that I needed to eat, and I cut up a cucumber and then made like a really runny thick dressing, cottage cheese, mustard, mayo, apple cider vinegar, a little honey, lemon. I definitely didn't want there to be any lack of flavor because this was kind of like a boring little lunch, and I also like don't like anything super dry. It's kind of a lot of stuff in there. Okay, some things are just gonna come out. This is disgusting. Actually, so gross. Like, do I even keep this in? Hopefully it's gonna be good. I bet it'll be good. I think this camera is actually growing on me because I always want to like show what I'm eating and like what I'm preparing or whatever. But with the Canon G7X, I did feel like the tripod for it, like you had to use a tripod for it. You couldn't really just like naturally set it up anywhere. And at least the tripod that I had, it kind of did make things a little bit inconvenient. I could have bought a different one, but I don't know that there's really a perfect tripod. I feel like I really love the kickstand. Hopefully I'm in focus. Did it like autofocus for me? I don't know. I guess we'll see. Let's try this. Yeah, I like it. It's really, really messy, but like if it was any drier, I think it would be a little bit unpleasant for me. I do actually really love how fast it is to like film a clip and then get it imported, because I can just plug it into my computer and upload the clips from there. But I realized I did not have my like kitchen light on when I filmed me eating that monstrosity. Also, I watched the footage back just now, and I was like, I cannot believe that my bites are so huge. But I just turned the lights on in the house, and I definitely feel like that improved the lighting a bit. It's growing on me. It's growing on me. Not as like unhappy with the camera as I was yesterday. I'm just gonna maybe like walk around a minute with the camera. You guys like never really see my house. It is still a little bit of a mess. Coming back from wedding weekend, I also like turned our house into a little wedding shop all week. We just had so much stuff from the wedding that I thrifted and it all needed to go. So I just put a couple of like listings on Facebook Marketplace about it. I was taking appointments and a lot of brides came through to like shop our thrifted wedding stuff. So that was a really cool experience because I got to like talk to a lot of brides about their weddings coming up. If you're interested in hearing more about our wedding weekend though, I've recently posted a get ready with me where I talked about our wedding weekend. I do plan on also doing like a recreation of my bridal makeup, but I just haven't had the time lately to sit down and actually recreate my bridal makeup. But yeah, there's a couple of things I want to do here before I head out and go pick up my friend for the farmer's market and thrifting. And hopefully this camera is nice to use out in public. I have a feeling it will be, but I do need to charge it a little bit. I am noticing that the battery doesn't last that long, but I felt like the Canon G7X also didn't last very long either. So not really bothering me so far. Wait, did you see this?
Oh, no.
Does that fit?
Does that fit on there?
Oh girl, that's it.
Wow.
That looks good.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, there's another one. That's like a little bit different.
Ooh, I like her better. They're heavy. These guys are like
They are heavy. I feel like that is like in better condition
Than
too.
the top,
You
yeah.
could probably polish that up. I don't feel like you can polish this one up.
No, I don't think so.
You didn't want both, right?
No, I'm okay.
Okay. Do you need a ring dish? Yeah.
Oh,
Well, like
I have those.
for your ring right now.
I have those.
Okay, good, because I do use a ring dish like every day of my life now. I love this little tray. I need to step away from it. I just want to see what the vibe is like recording in the car. One thing that I do want to note about this little camera is I really like the mic on it. I never used an external mic for the Canon G7X, and I always felt like the mic wasn't the best, but it wasn't anything that bothered me. I do feel like the mic on this camera is an upgrade. I actually think it's very nice, but I do like the position of it in the car. Also feel like it looks really nice up here too. And again, yeah, like I really do like the wide angle lens. I feel like this will be so nice for like hauls when I'm coming back from a crazy estate sale. But yeah, I just went to the farmer's market and a couple of thrift stores with my friend. She got engaged a few months ago, so she's a little bit in wedding planning mode right now, and she does want to thrift a good bit of her decor and the linens as well. So yeah, I just do think I'm going to be living through her for a little bit, and I'm like so more than happy to help with anything. She did a good job explaining her vibe to me, and I was like, if you don't mind, I will be looking for you when I go to estate sales and stuff. I just feel a little bit empty not having a wedding to plan anymore. It definitely was like my big grand creative project for the last few months. I need to just find like a new creative outlet, I think. I just got some sumo oranges and I got some king mushrooms. We're gonna try those tonight for dinner, I think, or at least I will. Also, I forgot to mention that my camera accessories came in. So when we go inside, I'll also try out those accessories. There's a lot of construction going on out there, and I wonder if that's getting picked up at all. These are the two accessories that I picked up for the camera. I got a little light, which I think will help with the quality in the evening, which is really nice because I honestly do a lot of my sewing in the evening. Yeah, even with the Canon G7X, the quality like was not good in the evening. It's kind of big. I guess it's fine. It's definitely not something that I'm gonna like be taking out in public, but it is like bigger than the camera. And then this is the small rig cage kit. Okay, this is what it looks like. It looks like there is some assembling that needs to go on, so I'm going to assemble it and then I'll come back. I don't hate the case. I actually think that the case makes the camera feel a little bit better in my hands. Like it feels a little bit more substantial. The light is way too big. It is way, way too big and it makes the camera topple over. Let me show you. It literally like Yeah, I can't use that. Luckily it was really easy to return. I have to just drop it off at like an Amazon hub or something really close by, but I still want to see the quality difference. Okay, so this is without the light and this is with the light. I think it makes a bit of a difference, especially shooting at night. Okay, without and with. I just turned the light off in my room too. Okay, this is with and without. With, without. I'm gonna order a new light. I moved the light from the top hot shoe to the bottom hot shoe, and it helped like barely, like it helped just a little bit. At least I think it can stand up on its own, but I just checked, it weighs 130 grams, and the new one that I'm going to order is cheaper. It'll be here tomorrow morning, and it only weighs 29 grams. So this one should be perfect. But yeah, I definitely think a little light attachment is good. Never made a white wine sauce before, but this is so good. Came out so good. I just followed a little TikTok recipe. I can leave the link down below. It's very, very good. I didn't have a lot of the fresh ingredients that they used, but I just used what I had in the house. It's delicious.
This me?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much. Smells very good.
Curious to see what you think.
That's good. That's very good.
It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Like really not bad at all. It doesn't even, in my opinion, it doesn't really taste like mushrooms.
No. We both like mushrooms though.
I don't always like mushrooms though. You'll probably need some protein later, but you're making chicken, so. Really good friends of ours are having a baby girl in like 2.5 months, and I'm going to be making her little fabric bubble letters for her room. My friend sent me some photos of the room so far, and before she sent me those pictures, I had picked out a couple of fabrics that I thought would be really cute based on just what she's told me about the nursery. And these are what I've picked out for the bubble letters. This green kind of pinstripey fabric. I love this floral print. A like pinky mauve striped fabric, this smaller floral printed fabric, and then this green gingham. I'm going to cut a variety of like squares and rectangles from all of these fabrics and then do some patchwork. I really think the combination of all these is adorable. I was really hoping to sew today, but when my friend Anna texted me, she wanted to get out a little bit. I was more than happy to do that. And then when I came home with those mushrooms, I kind of wanted to cook. It was also really fun to film me cooking. I don't know how many like step-by-step instructional cooking videos I'll be making, but I would really like to like film myself just doing that because I do love to cook, and I actually really like how the camera performed in the kitchen and cooking and like moving it all around the kitchen. I felt really good about that. It also is just so easy to film a little clip, upload it to my computer, and then immediately edit that clip. Justin is downstairs doing some like meal preppy stuff right now, and after, I think we're gonna get some frozen custard, and I think I'm going to start cutting out little pieces and like strips of fabric from these. I really hope this ends up being enough fabric to patchwork with to make the bubble letters. The bubble letters I'm not expecting to be super big. I actually still need to draft those. I think that this is gonna be super cute. I can't wait. Andy's frozen custard, the Boot Daddy with added cookie dough. Yeah.
There's no way this could have been bad.
I think the added cookie dough is necessary. Because I'm not as much as a cookies and cream girl as I am a cookie dough girl. And honestly, you're the same way. Like, you always choose cookie dough. Ben and Jerry's.
Yeah.
It's the next evening. This morning I had a doctor's appointment, and then I've just been like running little errands, cleaning up. We're going out of town tomorrow, and then on Monday I'm leaving from Monday to Friday to go down to Florida. I did get the new light in. Let me show you what it looks like. So this is no light, and then this is with the light. I think it looks pretty good. I do wish that this light was a little bit warmer, but the only settings on this light are like to change the brightness. There's only like 4 different brightnesses that you can change it to, and this is the lightest version. I don't think that I'll actually be using it like all the time. I definitely could see myself using it like at nighttime and stuff, but when I have natural lighting is superior. But I don't hate this camera. I do not hate the Canon PowerShoot V10. When I first bought it, I genuinely felt like I was bamboozled. Like, I did not know why this had good reviews. I didn't even know why Canon would have sold this camera, but it is not terrible. I do wish that the image quality matched the Canon G7X a little bit more. I feel like I can get a clearer image on my phone still, but I don't think that filming on my phone is super convenient. I really like the built-in mic on this camera. I think it makes everything sound very smooth and realistic. And I feel like it does cut out background noise as well, which is really nice. Like, we have a lot of construction happening outside of our house. The back of our house also backs into like a pretty busy road. There are some trees and there's a large fence, so it's not so annoying. When we first moved in, it was like really distracting, but now I feel like I'm pretty used to it. But my G7X used to pick up on the sound of cars so bad, like so bad, and it would be so annoying having to edit the footage back because I wouldn't really hear it. Like, when I'm recording, I'm just so used to hearing the cars that like I wouldn't hear it. But then when I would go in to edit the footage, it would be all I would hear. I feel like this camera does a really good job at just picking up my voice. Also really like how compact it is. It's super easy to pull out and film. I don't like how there's a couple of steps that you need to take to switch it to a camera, to switch from video to photo. There's a couple of steps that you need to take to do that, and I do find that to be like a little bit of a hassle. I do like how simple the design is though, and I like when I turn the camera on, I can expect the settings to be the same as they were the last time I had the camera on. I feel like I didn't actually ever really learn how to use my G7X. Like I said earlier, I always just recorded in auto mode basically. Sometimes I would mess around with the exposure. I definitely feel like I'm having to learn the settings on this camera a little bit more, but I like that, and I feel like it's very easy to learn. I do feel like the colors that the camera picks up on are pretty accurate. I was kind of worried I was gonna have to do a lot of color correcting, but I feel like the colors look really natural and very like true to color. I did feel like the G7X would make things look a little bit more warm, which is really flattering and really nice, but also just like really not super true to color. So I do appreciate that about this camera. I definitely feel like at this point I am turning a new leaf with the camera. I am recognizing that there are probably more pros than cons with it, and I do feel like it is pretty much exactly what I needed. It is pretty appropriately priced. Has this replaced my need for a real digital camera though? I do not think so. Although I mainly used my G7X for vlogging, I also really loved having that camera because I did love the photos on it. Like, I was always that girl that people would ask like, hey, can you bring your digital camera? Can we take pictures on your digital camera? I mean, that quality is unmatched, and I definitely will want another one in the future, but I just could not justify that price now. And I feel like the Canon PowerShot V10 is perfect for what I need right now. I really just needed a reliable, convenient little video camera, and I feel like that is exactly what this is. But I'm going to wrap up today's video. This was more of just like a little vlog testing out the Canon PowerShot V10, so I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you've discovered my channel through this camera testing video, I hope that you found this kind of like trial review of this camera useful. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching today's video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you aren't already subscribed, definitely go ahead and do so, and hopefully I will see you next time.